It's now time for the VP playback. Let's go. Okay, let's go to Greeneville, Tennessee, home of the Greeneville Green Devils as they take on the Elizabethton Cyclones. You see there's a capacity crowd there, and there's the hazard team, safety team, work crew team. Anyway, the Cyclones look like the beach squad there. But anyway, Witten says get the crowd up, and the beach squad's getting it up, and entering into the field is the mighty Elizabethton Cyclones. And they're coming out roaring and ready to take on the mean Green Devils as they bust through the helmet and march right down the field through the band. And the fans for the Greeneville Green Devils can't wait to see a good match. As you see the captains from each team enter the field, and the Greeneville Green Devils decide to receive the ball as Mason Williams kicks the ball off, and he kicks it deep, high and deep into the end zone, which is probably a good idea to keep it away from the dangerous returner Dabs. Anyway, Quillen fakes it up the middle, decides to keep, but he has no room because boom, he runs into a wall of Cyclones as they stop him. And a great start for the Elizabeth Cyclones, but this time Quillen decides to roll right. Looks like he wants to pass. He puts it in the air and he finds Dabs across the middle, and Dabs for the first down takes it close to midfield, and the fans loving the start as Quillen decides to go right, then he decides to go left, and he looks and he finds down the sideline open Mason Laws marches in for the touchdown. And yeah, he says that's how you do it, and he puts up 6 real quick for the Greeneville Green Devils. The fans love it. The extra point, very important. It's up, it's good, and that's going to make it 7-0 as the band plays on the early lead for the Greeneville Green Devils. Anyway, whoop, ball gets loose, but Dalton Mitchell able to catch it at quarterback, and he's dumped down straight to the ground. It forces a 4th down, and Williams punts it high in the sky, but he punts it to that dangerous man. There he is, number 5, Dabs, and he's got all the moves and the grooves. He's shaking, he's making, he's breaking tackles, making a miss, and he's working his way towards me right down the sideline into the end zone, and give him not 5, but 6. Touchdown, Greeneville Green Devils. But wait a minute before you get excited, fans. Look what's dirty on the ground. That yellow flag there. And they're going to bring that back. 7:37 left in the game. And the Greeneville Green Devils with Quillen at QB. He finds across the middle. There he is. First down for Mason Laws. He has the case. First down. 6:44 left. Fresh first and 10 as busting through the middle is Damian Short, the big running back. Ball goes down, and they call a flag on the Cyclones. And Wynn's like, okay, wait a minute, but I think that's too much. You moved the ball too far. He said, that's 20 yards you've moved the ball. That's way too much. You can't do that. Anyway, Quinn, first down, fresh downs. He looks, he scrambles, he tries to find, nowhere to go but down because Bradley Cannon shoots the man down to the ground, and there's the Bradley Cannon Fathead, I believe, there in the crowd. 4:01, the clock ticking away in the first quarter. Quillen decides to pass it, and ball gets loose, and it's an interception for Teddy Horton, but he's out of bounds, but that would have been a great interception. Anyway, 4th down. Cheerleaders hoping and praying that they can do something here on 4th down as the Greeneville Green Devils decide to go for it early in the first quarter. And Quillen, he goes high in the sky, and he finds, jumping for the ball is Dabs into the end zone. Touchdown. This time give number 5, 6, and this one is a keeper. The 6 will stay on the board. The crowd goes crazy, and the push-ups, oh boy, they're getting them in, but somebody's slacking there in the back, man. Don't stop. Keep it going. Anyway, 14-0 for the Greeneville Green Devils. Anyway, there he is, number 21, Nate Stevens, working his way through the middle, about 4 or 5 yard gain this time. Dalton Mitchell hands it to Stevens, but he's dumped in the backfield by Emmanuel Dixon. And he says, oh boy. But Tuffy says, oh boy. Anyway, 2:17 left in the first quarter. Dalton Mitchell rolls right, and he looks and he finds the receiver, but it's out of bounds, but there's a flag on the play, and that's going to give the Cyclones a first down. So, Cyclones in control now. This time, Dalton Mitchell flies down the sideline. He finds Teddy Horton, but he catches it, but it's out of bounds. 18.6 left in the first quarter. There's the cheerleaders cheering away, hopefully praying to come back. This time, they're forced to have the punt again. Williams punts it, and he punts it to Dabs, and Dabs got the ball, and there he goes through the middle, and it looks like nobody's even close to catch it as he breaks one tackle and coasts on into the end zone for a touchdown. But slow motion, you see Witten says that's got to come back. It's got to come back, and it does come back. So Quillen and Greene will start deep and short, breaking one tackle, but nowhere to go. And he barely works his way back to the line of scrimmage. Anyway, that's the end of the first quarter, 14-0. And the Beach Crew from the Cyclones and the cheerleaders, they're still getting excited and still cheering on the mighty Cyclones, and they're hoping to be able to come back in this game. Anyway, Quillen and the Greeneville Green Devils have nowhere to go as the defense is now catching wreck as Bradley Cannon there takes him down. 8:30 left in the second quarter. This time, Quillen decides to find nowhere to go, and he's dropped down in the backfield. But there's a penalty and offsides on the Greeneville Green Devils. 4th down. Quillen looking, finding no one, but he finds across the side. But whoa, a nice saving tackle, and Short goes down as he's short of the first down, and that's going to turn the ball over and give the ball back to the Elizabethton Cyclones. This time, Dalton Mitchell looking. He goes to the sideline. He finds Nate Stevens. Nate Stevens breaks one tackle, and he works his way for a few more yards to get about a 5 or 6 yard gain, and find himself in a 4th and 2 situation here. And Dalton Mitchell with 4th and 2 decides to keep it, and he finds no room because there he is again, I believe. Emmanuel Dixon. That guy was everywhere. He was just slashing through the line. Anyway, catches him in the backfield. Turns the ball over back over to the Greeneville Green Devils. This time, Quillen and Greeneville Green Devils wanting to add more points to the board. This time, Quillen calls his own number, and he finds nowhere to go because of that stingy defense. The defense is now, like I said, catching wreck. You see Eli Williams and the crew taking him down. This time, Quillen goes high in the sky, and he finds, gets knocked down by the Cyclones. 4th down, 9 yards to go, 4:53 left in the quarter. And Quillen, 4th down, looking, finding, can he get someone open? He decides to keep it, and he keeps it on the ground. Can he go 9 yards? And Cyclone says no. The fans say, boo, that's a bad call. They believe that he got it. So the refs decide, you know what, the way we're going to decide is we've got to bring the chain gang out, and we're going to have to make a measurement to find out if Greeneville got the first down. So the chains go out, and it looks like the Devils are just a few inches short, giving the ball to the Cyclones. And Big Mo is now on the side of the Cyclones, and Witten getting his crew together. He says, okay, guys, we've got to put some points on the board. 4:46 left in before the half. This time, rolling right, he finds Gerard Griffin. Oh, and it just slides right off his hands, which has been a great catch there as he goes out of bounds. And Witten's like, we've got to make something happen here. So they call a timeout, get the gang together, and look who's styling to put fighting there. That is Dr. Mitten, the principal for the Elizabethton Cyclones, in those black and orange Air Jordans. But anyway, high in the sky, and he finds, it's tipped away, but it looks like Teddy was open, but the ball was just slightly thrown behind him. Anyway, it brings up 4th down, and punt team back out again. There's Mr. Dangerous back there. And this time, Williams decides to do the right thing, and he decides to just kick it out of bounds. He said, we're not going to play that game again. We're not going to give him another opportunity. There's no need to. Anyway, Quillen, with a little bit of time left, decides to call his own number, and he goes up the middle, and he takes it for a 1st down, but that's not going to be enough. That time runs out, and the Cyclones trot off the field. It is now halftime, and the Cyclones are down 14-0. And oh boy, there's a athletic director Forrest Holt, and he fumbles the ball there. But you know what? That's a little entertainment there. But the real entertainment actually comes from the Elizabethton band as they play a little bit tunes for the crowd. Cyclone fans cheering on the mighty Betsy band, and now it's time for the Greeneville Green Devils to be able to play. But wait a minute, break it out. There's a fight going on. Oh my goodness, there's a fight going on during the band halftime show. Oh my goodness, but you know what the band's like? We're not going to miss a beat. We're going to keep playing. All right, both bands do a great job, and there's Greeneville Green Devils, their fans going crazy there at halftime because they've got the lead, but oh boy, we got to find out what's going to happen in the second half as those fans just go crazy. But anyway, Greeneville Green Devils kick it off to the Cyclones. It's the 3rd quarter, and they kick it off to Gerard Griffin. He can be dangerous as a kickoff return, and he finds a little bit of room. He cuts through the middle, but boom, he goes down. But he takes it to the 25-yard line, gets him in pretty good position. But Cade, Mr. Russell Hustle, going for the hard yards, but barely getting just a few. And Greeneville Greeneville cheerleaders are cheering on their team because the ball gets turned back over to the Greeneville Green Devils. And whoop! Fumble, but it's caused by the ground. So gives the Greeneville Green Devils a 1st and 10. This time, Quillen keeping it himself. Oh no, he hands it off. Actually, faked me out. He hands it off to Short. Short takes it through the middle for another 1st down. This time, Quillen finding down the sideline. Mr. Dubs. There he is. And he takes up lead for another 1st down. And Big Mo is definitely on the side. And faking it up the middle. Fake to everybody, including me. Here's Quill as he sneaks it in for a touchdown. Makes it 21-0 in the 3rd quarter. 6:05 left in the 3rd. And Dalton Mitchell decides to go high in the sky himself. And he goes high and it flies into the wrong hands and he gets the ball back over to the Greeneville Green Devils as they get an interception. Now Greeneville Green Devils can add more points on the board, possibly, but this time the defense is not having it as Eli Williams takes him down for the sack. Boom! There's another sack. That was by Shangles. I missed the beginning of that play, but I wanted to slow it down, at least give Shangles a little credit there so you can see him take him down. Anyway, defense, man, they look tough on that series. Forces Greeneville to, believe it or not, have to punt, but I slow it down because Griffith, I believe he had plenty of room there. He probably could have returned that, but he decided to call fair catch. But anyway, Dalton Mitchell fakes it, keeps it, goes up the middle. Looks like it could be a 1st down. It is 1st and 10. Momentum's back on the side of the Cyclones, but wait a minute. Just as they get momentum, Witten's like, what are we doing? We delay a game? We gotta pick it up, let's go. Anyway, boom! Oh, man, Emmanuel Dixon again taking Nate Stevens down in the backfield anytime. Dalton Mitchell calls it on there, but there he is again. Emmanuel Dixon was all over the place. No one was able to block him. Time's ticking away. Going into the 4th quarter, Greeneville Green Devils and the fans happy. Witten trying to regroup his team, figuring out how he could possibly get 21 points in 4th quarter. As you see, the beach party's still going on. The beach ball's just flying around. And the Cyclones still have a little bit of hope as they go into the 4th quarter, but this is no way to start the 4th quarter when you have to punt. And this time they punt. It's a line drive, and it's going right into the hands, bouncing into Dab. Dab this time decides to race off to the sideline, but this time he has nowhere to go because looks like the Cyclones figured out the game there, and they decided to... Anyway, as I'm talking, ball gets loose. Turnover. As you can see, it looks like Mason Ball is able to recover the ball for the Cyclones. And guess what? Big Mo is back on the side of the Cyclones. The Cyclones now do have hope. 10:37 left in the 4th quarter. And they head off to Cade Russell. Mr. Hustle Russell takes it up the middle. And he gets a nice gain. They give it back to Russell. And he busts his way up through again. And Big Mo is on the side. Clock's ticking away. It's drip, drip, drip. But I tell you what, they do a little pitch, and look at Nate Stevens almost getting a 1st down, but wait a minute, looks like 4th down, a little bit short, but the Cyclones decide to give it to Cade down. They call him out, helmet's flying off, and looks like the ball's turned back over, and oh man, I think that may do it. But anyway, don't count him out yet. Anyway, Dabs, he gets rumbled there on the side, and 5:56 left. Really, all Quillen and them have to do is just maintain holding the ball. But they decide to go in the air, and interception by the QB. The Elizabethton Cyclones QB. That's Dalton Mitchell playing both sides of the ball, and is giving one last hope. 4:42 left. Cyclones get the ball now, and they give it to Cade. Mr. Hustle Russell, but it's 4th down and about 3 or 4 yards to go, and they go back to Cade, but he has nowhere to go but back. It's the Greeneville Green Devils put it in to the Cyclones, and you can already see the student section's already getting pumped, and Cyclones are beginning to leave and get that early ride home, and all the Greeneville Green Devils have to do is take the knee and take the victory as the Greeneville Green Devils win 21-0.
Let me see ya. Hey, with them real big snaps. Hey, with them real big snaps. Let me see ya. Hey, with them real big snaps.